Hey, this is Blake from the Gig Harbor Fly Shop, and we are continuing our series on the Hareline Fly Tying Material Kit. And today we are tying up the Bucktail streamer, which is on page 38 in the book. And so if you have the materials, then you're already set, ready to go. If you don't have the materials, you can buy those in the links below in the description. And let's get started. I'm going to start with the 6/0 black thread. And the first thing I'm going to do is just throw down a thread layer for a base. Work my way back to just above the barb. And then next I'm going to take the Danville floss. This is a 4-strand floss. To make it a little bit easier to work with, a lot of times what I'll do, I just kind of run it through my mouth real quick, but you could just get your fingers wet with a little cup of water on your desk or something. But it just kind of, I do this a lot with different materials just to kind of help keep materials from getting squirrely and falling apart on you. And now the fly calls for flat tinsel, but I'm gonna actually use this Uni French tinsel, and it's a twisted tinsel in silver. I like the stuff, it looks cool. So I'm just going to change it up a little bit here. Move my thread forward. So, and then I'm going to wrap. I'm going to wrap the floss forward, and then I'll do the tinsel. Just make sure that that hook point doesn't grab any of those little strands. And you kind of want to overlap it a little bit just to, or else your body will be really, really thin. Make sure that when you cut your floss that you cut a long enough piece to be able to give you space to work. I mean, it's going to end up using, you might end up using 6 to 10 inches of floss probably as you're wrapping it forward. When you start getting short pieces, one thing you can do is put your finger on the hook to hold it in place as you wrap around, and you can hold it to then grab it. That way you don't drop it and have the whole thing on roll on you. Okay, next we're gonna work with our bucktail, and we're not gonna stack it like we did in some of the other videos with the dry flies. We're going to, we wanna kind of leave a taper to it, but you do get some pieces that are really long, and so, you know, it's pretty easy just to grab a section of those longer ones, kind of yank them out, and then kind of restack them. And then that way, the tips are mostly lined up, but you don't want them like really squared off. So now for the length, we just want it to go, you know, just past the bend of the hook, maybe another half of the hook length. Now for the brown, Now one more piece of yellow. Less is more. It's easy to put way too much material on here. For this last one, I'm just going to use a really small stack of yellow. One quick note when I'm tying this, when I put that material in place, I'll pinch it and hold it in place and get a couple wraps on it, and then I'll tighten it up on it, and I don't want that material to spin. So nice even wraps, and then I'll increase the pressure as I wrap down the toward the eye. So, and then just whip finish to finish it off. Thanks for joining us today. I hope that the step-by-step instructions in the video were helpful on tying this fly. If you have any questions, we really want to help out new fly tyers. Make sure you leave comments below, and we'll get back to you with any of those questions. If you haven't picked up materials, those are all linked in the description below as well. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you subscribe, click the bell so you get notified about the new videos we have coming out, and make sure you check out our other videos on our channel. Thanks.